Hello students, today we are going to revise chapter 3rd, that is ecosystem of class 8th biology. So as you know that already we have completed revision of chapter 1. Now today it's turn of chapter 3. Now students, the name of chapter you can see it is ecosystem. So this term ecosystem it was first coined by Tansley in 1935. Now what this ecosystem is? This ecosystem it is defined as the structural and functional unit of biosphere in which the living organism and the non-living components they interact with each other. Means the biotic components and abiotic components they have interaction. Ecosystem in a biosphere it can be classified into various types. You can see here flowchart. Ecosystem on the basis of nature, on the basis of duration and on the basis of size. It is divided into several types. So on the basis of nature you can see it is divided into natural and artificial. Again natural it is divided into terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial you can see it is forest, desert and grassland. Aquatic is divided into two types, that is marine and freshwater. Marine is coastal, upwells and oceans, and freshwater ecosystems are lyotic, lantics and wetlands. On the basis of duration means for what time these ecosystems exist, it is divided into two types. One is temporary and the other is permanent. Third is on the basis of size. So on the basis of size it can be small or it can be large. Now students, next you can see natural ecosystem. So this natural ecosystem it operates in the nature and there is no interference of the human beings. Artificial, as the name suggests, you can see artificial ecosystem, they are man-made ecosystems and they are manipulated by man. Temporary, these ecosystems they are short-lived, they have a duration of shorter period, and permanent ecosystems they remain for a longer time. Small ecosystem, small sized ecosystem, example potted plant, this is a small sized ecosystem. As you can see there are plants also, there are pieces of stones, there are pieces of dry woods. And the sixth one is large or macro ecosystem. So this ecosystem is very large in size, example is forest. Next you can see students, components of ecosystem. So there are two types. First is biotic and the second is abiotic. So what are biotic components? These biotic components they are the living components which are present in an ecosystem and they are divided into further categories, that is producer, consumer, decomposer. Here you can see producer means which produce. So they are also known as autotrophs. So green plants, you all know that green plants they are known as producers. Consumers they depends on producer for food. They are not able to prepare their own food and they are further divided into four types, that is primary or first order, secondary or second order, tertiary or third order, and fourth is quaternary. Primary one they depends on plants, that's why they are also known as herbivores. Secondary they depends on primary carnivores, and this tertiary one they depends on the secondary carnivores, and quaternary they depends on the tertiary or third order organisms. Next further is decomposers. These decomposers they help in cleaning of the environment. Now these decomposers what they are known as reducers. They feed on dead organic matters. So whenever you have seen that there are dead bodies of animals lying on the open areas, these are decomposed by the microorganisms. So these microorganisms or these decomposers, they help in cleaning of the environment. Now students, next you can see here abiotic components. Abiotic components, these are the non-living component of the environment, means they do not have life. Now these abiotic components, these have various effects on the ecosystem. Now abiotic components, it can be organic, it can be inorganic, or it can be climatic. So organic, this one includes nutrients like lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, etc., and present in dead and decaying organic matter. Second is inorganic, this includes calcium, iron, carbon, nitrogen, etc., as well as their compounds. Third one is climatic. Climatic means this one temperature, humidity, rainfall, light, and various edaphic factors. These edaphic factors means minerals, pH of soil, etc. Next portion you see sunlight. So you all know that ultimate source of energy on the earth is sun, and this sunlight is very important, as without sunlight the plants will not be able to prepare the food. So energy, humans and animals, which they get, actually it comes from the sun. Circulation of air and water on the earth is controlled by the heating effect of sunlight. So this sunlight, it plays a major role. Temperature, it is also abiotic factor. Now temperature, you all know that different living organisms, they have ability to survive under different temperature range. So this range of temperature is called the temperature tolerance range, means up to which temperature an organism can survive is known as temperature tolerance range. So you have seen that polar bears and penguins, they are able to survive in the colder regions, but they are not able to survive in the hotter regions. On the other hand, these tigers, elephants, and other organisms, they are able to survive in that hotter or warmer areas, but they are not able to survive in the colder regions. Now students, an important topic is food chain. So what food chain is? Food chain is actually, it is a sequence of interlinked organisms which involves transfer of energy from producers to top carnivores, and it actually involves unidirectional flow of energy, means the energy flows only in one direction, means from producer, if it is going to herbivore, it will not come back to producer from herbivore. Now in each food chain there are different steps involved, and there is energy transfer at each level, and this level is known as trophic level. Food chain basically, they are straight and they may have 3-4 trophic levels, and some of the food chains they may have 5. So here you can see sun. Now producer, what they are doing, they are utilizing the sunlight of the sun. These producers, they are known as autotrophs. These herbivores, they depends on autotrophs for the food. Now herbivores, they are known as primary consumers. Now primary consumers, they are depending on these herbivores, and on primary consumers you can see secondary consumers, they depend for their food. Now students, you can see here it is a generalized form of food chain. So how energy it flows in the food chain. Already I have told you, you can see here from sun, the autotrophs they utilize the light energy, they produce the food. Herbivores they depends on the autotrophs. Primary carnivores they are getting energy from the herbivores. Secondary one they are getting energy from the primary carnivores, and tertiary carnivores they are getting energy from the secondary carnivores. तो ओवरऑल प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी एंड टर्शरी, ये प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी कार्निवोर्स, इनको हम क्या बोल देते हैं? सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर्स. नाउ मटेरियल इज ऑल्सो बीइंग flown from autotrophs, herbivores, primary consumers, secondary consumer and tertiary carnivores. You can see here, and ultimately what happens when they die? They decay, and what happens? They get mixed into the soil. जब ये सभी मर जाते हैं, सड़गल जाते हैं, तो ये क्या मिट्टी में मिल जाते हैं, और फिर उसी मिट्टी से क्या होता है? रॉ मटेरियल के फॉर्म में ये प्लांट की बॉडी में एंटर करता है. So in the next session we will revise food web and pyramid of energy.